Team Caliber with
The startup expert.
TeamCaliber.com.
Fuck it.
Video games have literally evolved past this shit, and people are still like, "This is great."
Listen, I think that the game is fantastic for very, very simple reasons. It is simple. It is. There's no kill streaks. There's no such thing as kill streaks. There's no sprinting. There's no ADS. It is simple as it gets.
Actually, I was joking, but that's an interesting point. Is like video games have literally evolved past the CS:GO.
Yet
with Call of
that's
Duty.
kind of the thing that trips me out. That's what I was saying in the beginning. All these games, and people are still going back to that old staple, to the point where it's one of the top stream games on Twitch, and it's a major play game.
Yeah. So think about so the other day I downloaded Shovel Knight for the PS4. Shovel Knight came out,
sure.
and I've been waiting for Shovel Knight on the PS4 for some time. I've been wanting to play it on the console because I don't have a Wii, and Shovel Knight is basically a retro game.
Yep.
Video games have evolved past Shovel Knight,
Yeah.
but people still love Shovel Knight. So CS:GO,
It's
like
nostalgia.
well,
But I see people playing CS:GO who have never played Counter-Strike before.
exactly.
When I pick up Counter-Strike, it's nostalgia because I used to play it a lot, like too much. And when I pick it up, it's like, oh, I want to play some gun game, and I remember this map. Oh, look at this corner. I know this line of sight.
So
it's all those nostalgia moments, and then I enjoy it because I still suck at it, but I'm having fun.
So like T. Martin didn't like play this one day on his YouTube channel or some kind of like social media realm type shit that might boost it up.
So you think it might be attributed to like a YouTube thing?
I don't know, but I
Or
think
Twitch.
it's possible. The PewDiePie syndrome.
Let me ask you this: are you interested in going to play it right now?
No,
Not at all.
I got too many other things to fuck with.
Yeah, I mean, I understand.
I respect it from a
I-
distance.
I am,
You
and
are.
I play it from time to time. It's like every 2 months I'll probably jump on and
Like when we watched that video of it earlier, did it make you think like I should probably fire that shit up?
yeah,
Yeah,
it really did. It's
Video
and maybe that's
games.
one of those things like a catalyst, like the YouTube and it's Twitch and all the stuff I talked about is like a catalyst to bring back a game that's timeless. Is Counter-Strike timeless?
I don't know.
Well, we know the mechanics are.
There's a
At
lot of
least
time left in time to tell if it's timeless.
as
or not.
of now, since its inception, the mechanics haven't changed. So the mechanics are timeless thus far.
correct.
The skins are the only thing that's changed.
I have no
That's
other choice
nuts.
but then to agree with you.
you have to.
I have to.
That's crazy. That the mechanics in gaming, right? Consider Call of Duty, sprinting, ADS, all the things we talk about, double jumping. Consider that all those mechanics have evolved, like you said, yet it's timeless.
So do you still have to do that thing where you like buy the weapons before the match?
Yes.
See,
Which-
that's something I couldn't get past. I didn't
That's
like that
something
shit.
I love because it's everybody starts out with this little bit of money and you can't buy the great weapons, and it's that incentive. That's your kill streak.
Yeah.
That's your incentive. That's your reason to go out there and do well because you want a better gun for the next round.
Yeah.
Or you want to go kill that dude and take his gun, and you'll have it the next time you respawn.
Yeah, but there's something to be said for like locking in your loadout and sort of knowing like
But here's the thing: when you
know?
have enough money, you can press 357 and you have your shit. Like you just 3 buttons and you have all the shit that you want.
okay.
It's that simple.
Okay.
So you remember, you're like, if that's your loadout, you know your loadout, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. That's it. All you got to do. So it's
Well, that's
that
cool.
simple. It's that quick. Once you have enough money, but it gives you that incentive, that beginning starting point. And then there's so many game types that spawn out of this shit. You know what I mean? There's so many, like the gun game. They originated the community. I say the community originated gun game, which I was talking about on podcast and YouTube all the fucking way back to Black Ops 1 before Black Ops 1, before gun game came back. And they brought it back, and it was amazing. I love gun games.
I like
so
a
much.
good gun game.
Dude, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that Black Ops 1 got right that no other Call of Duty game has gotten right with gun game is the private match gun game, being able to set the guns. I used to set the guns to the quote-unquote equivalents of Counter-Strike, and it was the funnest gun game you would ever play. Because it would start with pistols, then go to shotguns, then go to, LMGs and assault rifles, then snipers, then you'd finish with something fucking difficult.
Yeah.
And that's how gun game is and always was in Counter-Strike. And that's how it needs to be. It's not that way right now in Advanced Warfare. It wasn't that way in Ghost. And it's kind of, it's kind of atrocious that they don't make it like a linear thing.
Atrocious.
Atrocious.
Get your
It's
shit
an
together,
atrocity.
Call of Duty.
It's an atrocity. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about it because it's crazy to see how much of a I want to say a comeback. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just observing it now that
No, you're not wrong.
And I
Like,
didn't observe it before.
CS:GO came out. It didn't hit the PC, and it was like whatever. And then all of a sudden, this
Boom!
resurgence.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, we're not crazy. There is a catalyst here that something happened, and it just put it over that hump of like, yeah, it's popular to like it's fucking everywhere.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's
And then it sort
It
of
just came out of
perpetuates itself
nowhere.
with this like now like IGN's covering it. Why is it so popular? And we're talking about it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's sort of like it gets like even an extra bump because
oh
of that.
my god, this
you know?
popularity gives it its own bump. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Doesn't it work like that though?
Yeah,
Isn't it a
oh,
weird thing?
absolutely. No publicity is bad publicity. Is that it?
But
And
that's like I said, that's PewDiePie syndrome.
P's and B's are hard for me to say, and I'm going to sit here and say publicity.
It's okay, man.
It's fucking terrible.
You'll be all
It
right.
sucks. I'm glad you can't see my mouth because it's
I can
like-
see your mouth, and it's
fly-
bothering me.
I love it. It's awesome. Look, speaking of bad publicity, Killing Floor 2. The end user license agreement says some funny shit and some interesting shit.
So
at
I
the
don't know
same
what
time.
Killing Floor 2 even is, but please read this to me.
It's a shooter.
I've heard of this. I've heard of this end user license agreement.
It's a shooter. It's I think it's PC only. I'm not 100% sure either. But the license agreement in the you know how you go you hit accept, I agree on Steam.
Of course, and let
things
this
like
be a
that.
testament to everybody out there. Always read the entire license agreement.
I'm gonna read this shit. Okay, let's just
Let's
just,
have a podcast
let's-
where we read licensing
I'm gonna
agreements.
set the stage. Yeah, let's have that's going to be the next podcast, right? Startup
Yeah.
X and then
So
EULA.
that's-
That's going to be a whole podcast. EULA. We're just going to read.
We just
license
read random ones, so you don't have to read them.
All right, this is going to be like an audio book for license agreements. All right, here we go. This is funny. It's interesting. And let's set the stage a little bit. You buy the game. You
All right.
hit the
I go up into
you
GameStop
go
and
up-
buy one.
Nope. This is Steam.
Oh, nope. Oh, okay, I'll go up on the Steams.
You go up on the Steams. Who goes in? Wait, do you go to GameStop anymore?
Negative.
I think you're lying now. Because that
Negative.
was the natural thing that you just
But
said.
I will
go
say
to
this about
and-
GameStop. I need to say something important. I've said a lot of things about GameStop. You know I disagree with the way they do it, and they rob the developers, and they charge you way too much money for used games. That's my problem.
like you're gonna take some
however,
things back.
However,
Take it
I
back.
did see that GameStop is starting a scholarship fund for its employees to allow you to get access to higher education, which I think is cool. That's a good thing. Companies
That's
should
always
do
a
that.
good thing. A lot of companies do.
So I'm just saying, I give GameStop a lot of shit. I'm gonna give them their props on that. That's a cool thing.
that
That's
is
one
a cool thing. I didn't know that, and I appreciate you bringing that to the table.
However, continue.
All right. So setting the stage, you're on Steam. You buy Killing Floor.
All right, got it.
You
hit
scoop
the
it up.
download.
You're like, yeah, I agree to this
Yeah.
EULA that nobody reads it.
Right,
Zero
right. Yeah,
people
yeah.
read it.
That's what I do.
Except for the gentleman at Polygon who sorted this shit out for us. Here's the thing: they will drop your ass from the game just for being a little bit of a dickhead.
Just a little bit of a dickhead?
A little bit of a
Like you're
dickhead.
just having a bad day? Like you're not really a dickhead, but you had a bad day kind of dickhead?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Here's
all right.
what the license agreement says. It says some more shit, but I'm going to start at the good stuff. We will also not tolerate anyone using the game or any servers, forums provided for the game to be continually or repeatedly abusive to other players. This includes, but is not limited to, griefing, racist bigotry, sexism, and any other forms of cyberbullying. Any form of cyberbullying.
I'm on board with that. I like that.
We will also not tolerate anyone hosting service for the game where such behaviors are continually or repeatedly allowed to take place. Next paragraph. If we find you are a cheater or abusive, we will revoke your CD key. You just bought the game. You went on there. You called somebody a dickhead. Boom, it's gone. All right. We will revoke your CD key and ban you from the Killing Floor 2 servers and tell your mom.
Oh, you gonna tell my mom?
In the end user license agreement,
No.
in the license agreement, it states they will tell your mom.
How you gonna tell my mom, bro?
You
You gonna tell my mom?
Your license will automatically be terminated without notice, and you will have no right to play KF2 or any KF2 mods against other players or make any other use of KF2. I quote, End of story.
End of story. It says that in there.
That's what it says. End of story. They will not listen to your crybaby ass. They will not. If they drop the band hammer, it's going to be over. Here's the thing. That band hammer that they're rocking over there is going to be one bloody fucking band hammer. Because people online are dickholes.
They're a lot like a suburban dad, just sending you straight to your room if you fucking around. But it's just also funny that they're like, okay, don't be a dickhead to anybody. Click agree and now go murder everybody.
Right? Like, all right, we got a shooter.
The game is literally called Killing Floor. You assume people get killed on this floor.
On the floor.
2, and it's the second time this has happened.
This is the second time.
It's a sequel.
Oh my god, dude! Shift Key Girl at Shift Key Girl says Killing Floor 2 allows Tripwire to instantly, permanently ban awful people.
I think it's a cool social experiment. You know.
Sorry.
I'd be interested to know if this is like a deterrent, much like you remember the clubs for your steering wheel back in the day, the red club. It was like a deterrent, not necessarily like something that actually stopped everything.
I just don't understand how the club worked. Because it just went on the steering wheel. I could hold both ends of the club and just drive the fucking car.
Wait, no.
How did it lock?
It worked.
How?
Okay. Let me think about this for a second.
I want you to just consider the fact that the club literally just hooked to two sides of the steering wheel.
Okay, I remember.
What else did it hook to?
So the club, it hooked to both sides of the steering wheel and it was locked, right? But also it extended beyond the steering wheel. So you couldn't turn. It would be like on your legs or hit something.
Sure?
Positive.
Okay.
100% positive.
That makes sense.
But, then eventually people figured out like, well, we could just hacksaw the steering wheel for fucking 5 seconds and just pull the whole club off. Like, it doesn't make a difference.
As you see the commercials, and there was never this extension, this long extension.
Yeah, one end of it had like a legit like handle with a grip on it that I guess was for holding it as you carry it to your car to club it. But it was like extended on both sides. So imagine sitting with the steering wheel, you'd be hitting some obstructions.
The tangents are real today.
I honestly think that it would be impossible to go somewhere and buy a club nowadays for your car. And it was called like the club,
Amazon,
right?
that motherfucker right now.
It might be like on eBay for like super high prices, like nostalgia.
I'm gonna Amazon it. It'll be here in 2 days. You know what,
the original club should be in a museum, right?
Right? Maybe.
How many cars has it stopped from being stolen? Because dudes walked up like, oh, that shit's got a club. Next one. Like they didn't even want to do. I forgot my hacksaw. Fucking, this shit's bullshit.
It's incredibly possible that their website's gonna say millions of cars saved.
Right.
That's what the website's gonna say. And you know what? We got to go with that because it's on the internet, and the internet doesn't lie.
But much like the club, that end user license agreement is. I wonder if it's just a deterrent, or they're really gonna like follow through and ban a bunch of people.
I like the way you wrapped that back because I completely forgot what we were talking about. We went on this long ass tangent.
Every now and then I'm on my game, man.
Once in a while. Once in every about 2 months, you get. No, I'm just kidding. So I don't know. Maybe it's possible, but the fact that it's in there gives them the right to legitimately just drop the ban hammer on you, and you can't do shit about it.
Well, don't be a dick, man. Like,
D be a D.
D
be a D. Don't be a dick. Don't be a douche.
I feel like, listen, everybody has their days, man, and sometimes I get frustrated, I get upset. You might do some dickheaded things, you might say some things, but as a general rule, let's just try not to be dickheads. Is that possible?
I think this is for the dickhead who is continuously a dickhead. You have your day, you're all right. You continue nonstop. You're fucked. They're going to tell your mom.
You know the problem.
End of story.
The problem with the internet is it is an environment that nurtures and it just promotes people for being dickheads. That anonymity is like a thing that we still haven't really figured out.
Oh, yeah.
People don't realize that Google Plus like is a thing that like it's sort of a failure. They integrated it into the comments on YouTube and people really hate that shit. But initially, Google Plus was a way to be less, it was to take that sort of veil of anonymity away from you. But it never sort of panned out.
It was trying to do it because, and that's what they did with YouTube, right? That's why they wanted to integrate it so deeply to YouTube. So you couldn't say, flagrant comments and be a douchebag on YouTube. But,
of course, people found a way around it immediately. Because
you just sign up to Google Plus with whatever. It's the same thing. It's so different.
And, it gives people an extra step to kind of sort of make a different account, you know, but
Sure.
people will do it. Like, you'd be surprised the lengths people will go to be dickheads on the internet.
Dude, I've seen Twitch chats where somebody will just go make Twitch account after Twitch account just to keep showing up after they get banned and type in the chat and be a dick. And then they'll get banned and they'll make a Twitch account and come back.
What are you
It's
doing? You need
just
some
this-
sunlight.
What? Yeah, you need
some
a little
vitamin
bit
D.
of life.
You need some water.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
So it kind of, all right, this conversation about Killing Floor 2, the license agreement, brings back, do you remember we talked about DICE leaving in some shit in the Battlefield? It's kind of one of those dicey things. I didn't.
That was
mean-
good.
I
That
didn't
was
mean
good. I like that.
didn't
Double
mean it.
entendre,
I
huh?
didn't mean it. It's kind of one of those things where it's something you shouldn't do. Should they have the ability to just ban anyone?
Yes, certainly.
Okay, certainly.
The-
That was the fastest yes I've ever
Yeah, because
gotten.
that should always
Jesus.
be like people like this is what I said.
You pay for the game. It says online experiences may vary. You want to know why it says that? Because people are going to be dickheads online. That's the case. We've dealt with that. That's part of playing a game
when
online.
your infrastructure is made up of other people trying to have an online game experience, and you somehow have this weird power through the internet and through being anonymous to sort of just fuck somebody's day up or be an asshole, and whether it's saying something over the chat or fucking with, there's all kind of shit you can do.
Sure, absolutely.
I think certainly a company or game or whoever should have the right.
should reserve the right.
reserve the right to be like, listen, like we will put an end to this if you become a problem.
But what about the fact that you paid money for the game?
Fuck your money. Like you
Okay.
click that agreement
I'm
and you
not
say, I'm gonna give you this money. I'm not gonna be a dickhead. But if you be a dickhead, guess what? We coming to
over.
collect on that end user license agreement.
Let it ride.
Right?
We're going to tell your mom.
And I know that many people have probably thought about that. Like, well, if they pay money, should they be able to do whatever? It's probably been thought about many
Well,
times.
no, that's part of the conversation about this game. It's
Yeah.
like, well, people are paying money, yet you can get banned for having an off night, like you said, or and the kind of conjecture is like what constitutes.
You know what
being
they
a
didn't
jerk?
put in there is if we ban you, you do not get a refund. They should have put that. That would have been way more impactful, right?
I agree, but I think that's
Like telling your mom is cute and end of story is cute, but it should be you will not get your money back if you're banned.
They will revoke your CD key and ban you. Like it's from
So
the
maybe it's
servers.
implied that like
Yeah,
you clearly
I
won't get your
felt
money
it
back.
was implied.
Okay, yeah.
I felt it was implied, but I guess in this type of situation, you can't leave anything to be implied. But anyway, it's an interesting conversation. It's what game developers are doing to kind of fix the cancer of people that are the online anonymity, like you talk about, is a cancer. It really is.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I was playing devil's advocate for a little while. I agree that they should just be able to drop your shit and be just fuck you.
Yeah.
You're a dick online and you're ruining other people's experience.
There's no need for that shit.
But being a jerk, does that translate to camping in Call of Duty? Like, what is a jerk? Let's take it out of Killing Floor.
Okay.
Let's act like Call of Duty releases Black Ops 3 on your Xbox One, and they same end user license agreement, something along
No,
those lines.
not camping. Because if you camping in Call of
Okay.
Duty and you're really like causing a problem for me, I'm gonna find a way around that.
That was simple. Let's get a little deeper. What is being a jerk? Spawn trapping? Literally a team of people who get in strategic locations to make sure that you spawn in a location and die immediately.
that is
being a jerk?
actually
What constitutes
that
being
is
a jerk?
being a jerk. But oh man, this is a little bit more
It is a little bit
dynamic
more.
than I had
Yeah.
expected.
Yeah.
So that is being a jerk.
Yes.
And you're being a jerk when you spawn trap
Of
somebody.
course.
You know you're sort
Here's
of
the thing.
exploiting the game.
Let me throw this out there to anybody. I did this. Me and Brandon or Lawless. We can't talk about this guy anymore. Okay, fuck. We can't talk about him. But
I
anyway,
love him, but you need
back
to stop talking about it.
on the show. Back in Black Ops 1, we met a group of people who played Demolition. They played Demolition. Now, you remember
Demolition,
this.
that's an old
As
school.
soon as I
That's a
said
deep
demo,
cut.
you remembered it. So they played demo, and they were like, "Man, I just went 100 and whatever." And they got these high ass kill games and low deaths and all this shit. I'm like, how the fuck are you doing this? And they showed us. And basically, it's in Demolition Black Ops 1. Now they fixed it later on by flipping spawns. You would literally have 4 places to spawn.
Right.
That's it. Mm-hmm. And if the team got pushed back, you would spawn in one of those full. No matter what, somebody could be standing in that spot, knifing the air, and you're going to spawn there.
Oh yeah.
And they exploited the living fuck out of that.
Oh, I used to play some demo, and I got trapped many a times, and
Yeah.
I trapped some people.
That's being a jerk.
You know, I think it is.
Do
But
you get banned?
I think in the idea of like, let's ban somebody for their play. No. How about you fix their ability to do that as a game developer?
That seems
and then
right.
you decide if they'll be a jerk. See, I think of a jerk more of like attacking somebody like it really like over the voice chat thing is really what comes to mind.
That's kind of the key
like
aspect.
kind of sort of
here.
like, you know, throwing out some racially derogatory stuff.
You're gonna take.
and-
Here's the problem
you
that I
know.
have with this. Okay, and I do have a little bit of a problem. I think that yes, you should be able to ban someone. Yes, you should be able to control your game's people and make sure that the people who do want to play your game are having a good experience. I think that's something that's important. But the problem is, how do you prove it? I pay. Let's say I'm a dickhead. Okay, I pay $60 for the game.
All right, let's
Go on-
pretend like
let's-
you're a dickhead.
All right, it's
Okay,
not gonna be hard, is it?
Tune in tomorrow for part 3 of the Startup X podcast, because you know you want some more of this shit.